I'm joined by former Rabbitoh Joe Williams. Welcome to Bunnies TV.
How we doing? Good to be around, mate. Just
Good.
walked into the joint, so good to throw the cans straight on.
Yeah. So we have interviewed you before, and I love the work you do. What have you been up to lately?
Made plenty of things. Probably a little bit. It's hard to say with the work or the field of work that I'm in that it's good to be busy, because it's probably not. It just means that there's more people that are in emotional distress and different challenges. So, mate, I've been around a few different conferences and things like that, and mate, always out and about, just trying to help people to be the best they can.
Just explain what you mean by the work you do and the business you've got.
Yeah, the work that I've done, I guess it's been 10 years now in the mental health and the suicide prevention space, but it's sort of evolved into more trauma and developmental trauma, so understanding people's behaviours and where they come from. And if you have a look at, I guess, the challenges, the pointy end of what suicide is, at times it's a number of events, or can be a number of events over time, and looking at different stresses in our life and distress that we go through. So it's helping people to understand where those distress comes from, where that distress comes from, and then helping people to be on a better pathway. Things like the challenging life, and I guess I'm tiptoeing around what I'm saying here, but the challenging life around addiction and substance use, and the end product of what that can be, but also when you look at the challenges with our behaviours, relationships, where it all comes from and how it all starts. So helping people to understand that stuff.
And you've had your own battles, and that's how you've got to what you're doing now?
Yeah, a lot of people didn't realise, I guess, for a number of years, whilst playing footy and behind the closed doors, whilst it looks fantastic when you're out there on the field and the bright lights of what they can bring, there's a hell of a lot of people that struggle behind the closed doors, and I was one of those guys that struggled behind the closed doors for a long time. So I guess it led me down the path of why I do the work that I do now, and I understand a hell of a lot more what it is now and understand it. And I was just talking to a guy that I met 10, 15 years ago in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, and talking about the challenges of what addiction can bring. And thankfully it's been 18 years for me now that I've been away from that sort of lifestyle. And when you take away those band-aids, what you can do is you start to address what you're band-aiding, essentially.
That's unbelievable, 18 years, and I know a lot of people would love to get off the drink or get off the substances, and it's not that easy, but you're living proof that you can do that and lead a happy life.
Yeah, it's a battle. It's a battle, without a doubt. But I think for me, it's more about why we use these substances. It's often said that people don't get caught in the grip of addiction because they get addicted to the substance. They get addicted to the relief that substance gives them. Mm-hmm. And for me, it was about quietening down the noise that was going on inside my head. And for me, as I said, many years down the path now, I can understand what it is and why it is and what my triggers are to take me down that path. So I'm just really grateful and really thankful to be back at Redfern, supporting some junior league. It's funny, you look down now and you see all these kids, but I guess a proud moment for me, while she's not playing today, she was named as the 18th player today, so she's back. She's a little bit a step closer to getting a game, and that's my daughter, so it's cool to see her in a red and green jumper.
Absolutely, and that's Phoenix Williams, and I've been keeping an eye out for her. She's had some injury battles, but she's getting close to getting a start.
I also think, and I say this with the utmost respect to the female game, is that sometimes we can be athletes and we can be great at what we do, and then the challenges of flying in a million miles an hour and trying to tackle someone, your body's just not used to it. I think Phoenix is just, her body wasn't used to it. She copped a couple of injuries early on in the pre-season, and it's the rigor of training. more than once a week or twice a week now, and it's in the gym and lifting weights and getting your body used to it. So, you know, she's whacked on quite a lot of weight in this season, and I guess it's you know, without I'm the sort of dad, I don't want to put pressure on her, but you know, she's in the bottom age of the Tasha Gale squad. You know, if she's lucky enough to get a start again next year, she'll be I guess she'll be 12 months with more experience for it. And that's what I said to her at the start of the year. If you don't get any games, it's all right. You're around it. You're getting your body used to it. You're lifting weights. You're training like an athlete now. It's about, you know, getting on that pathway to do so.
And you're a former halfback and a speedy, skillful half. What's the strength in Phoenix's game once we see her out there?
I think it's learning the game. You know, as I said, like, with respect to the female game, there's often the biggest person, the fastest person, you know, the naturally skilled person are the ones that are sort of showing their ability at this age. If they can learn the game, and I just think with a number of years, where the female game is right now, I think it's in a brilliant position to be able to come in, and especially for the young ladies that, you know, that are in the South system. South don't have an NRLW, but with a few years, hopefully they will.
Hopefully, yeah.
So, you know, Phoenix is, one thing she probably didn't get from her dad is that she's got a fantastic attitude and she rips into training.
Oh, good.
Which is, I always tell kids, if you've got a good attitude, like, that's going to put you in a good stead, because for me, and there's a hell of a lot of players out there as well that I guess not that I'll name, but speak about, is that whilst like gifted off the field, our work ethic on the field or on the trading park probably wasn't its best where it should be. So if you can have a good attitude and you can rip into training, and you can learn the game a bit, you know, that's, you know, I think that I can't speak highly enough of the female game where it's at. You're just seeing it develop year after year.
Yeah.
You know, some great players that from this area, Lavina Phillips, Nakia Davis-Welsh, like some of these players, you know, Jasmine Lendy, you know, some of these players that play at the top level around this district. I think that these girls are in a wonderful position. These ladies are in a wonderful position to hopefully get an NRLW spot, you know, in the years moving forward with the red and green.
That's the plan. So just before I let you go, so tell us about some of your time at the Rabbitohs. What years were you at South and some of the players you've played alongside?
I always talk about, just as the ladies come back on, but I always talk about, I guess, the transition period from when, you know, we were training at you know, firstly here at Redfern Oval and then around at Urco Oval, and the challenges that brought, and then with the, I guess, the takeover of Russell and Peter Holmes of Court, Russell Crowe and Peter Holmes of Court, where an influx of resource coming to the club where we could, you know, better resources, better facilities to train at, that sort of thing. So, you know, I went from 04 through to 07. I was lucky enough to play in that first semi-final series that South made in a number of years. So, you know, it was good experiences. Plenty I look back on that probably I wish I did a little bit differently, but now it's about showing the young ones about it, and hopefully they can learn from, I guess, not mistakes, but, you know, different challenges we have.
Thanks, Joey Williams. I'll let you go, and thanks for joining us on Bunnies TV.
Always good.
Good luck to the family.
Thanks, mate.
Champion, mate.